Good morning and thank you very much for joining us. I am Yori Folari. And today my guests are Ademola Adegoke, communications consultant, and Chooks Nwoko, publisher and public affairs commentator. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Good morning to you.
Thanks too for inviting us.
Indeed.
Nice being here.
Yeah. Well, it's nice being here, but we're going to talk about one of those Quincy kind of subjects. We're going to be talking about fuel prices.
Okay.
PMS, premium, is it premium motor spirit?
Yeah. Premium motor spirit.
In short, petrol. The thing has gone up. It has gone up, and but two things are going on here. One, it's been a while. In fact, I can't remember in this administration. Maybe it has happened once, or I don't know. But those confounding queues, petrol shortage queues, those ones have disappeared. But this one that we're now managing now, fuel used to be what, 147 a liter, then it went to 160, and now it's 170.
All within a space of maybe 6 weeks, 2 months,
So we sort of got the memo that, well, now it's totally deregulated. Now we'll be following market forces. So is it market forces that now has taken it from 147 to 160 and now 170?
It was 145 at one time.
Yeah, at one time
And
it
then
was.
the stations were selling for 143, 20 and stuff like that. So it's been that low.
The number of
let's not forget that sometime this year it sold for as low as 125.
Yeah, but very briefly.
Very
That one, no way. And that one, the petrol stations, typically, they were reluctant to adjust their meters. But come and see this 171, even the 161. Somehow,
I just bought fuel on my way here.
all those
And
engineers.
I didn't recognize, I didn't remember, maybe because I was trying to get here. I didn't bother to check. I just said...
No, you paid extra. You paid a bit extra.
Yeah.
170 extra. TUC, I think, has warned about it, that we don't quite like it and we might be reacting. NLC has done so. But the question I first of all put, maybe you could look at it from that point of view, that they did say it would be following the market forces. Are these market forces?
You see, for me...
I saw one note somewhere, maybe you guys will include it in what you're going to talk about. I understand the federal government says that, look, Pfizer and its COVID-19 vaccine development, discovery, all of that somehow factored into it. But let's look at the straight and narrow first.
We've been talking about these market forces for quite a long time. It's not, it's not new to us. Even since the days of SAP then, we were used to hearing about the market forces. You see, the thing is, we need to ask how realistic are these market forces, in the context of, in our own context here. How realistic are those market forces? It is appearing that the Nigerian government is taking, the citizens, to a slope and putting them on a roller coaster. So, and then leaving them to just. So when you say, because we need to ask, what really is the essence of government? What really is the essence of government? And to me, it is the protection of the rights and interests of citizens, and there is no other right greater than, the right to life. And I must tell you that, the Nigerian life is being, diminished, so to speak.
Sort of being squeezed.
Continually, such that an average
tightening of your belt is one thing, but there are no more notches anymore for most Nigerians, they would say.
So that is one side of this market forces we are even talking about. And again, you see, it's like a father. The Nigerian government, to me, is appearing like a father that preaches, austerity, to family members, while, he himself lives in, inexplainable ostentation. So, I don't know, but I don't think this sits well with anybody. This is not sitting well with anybody. And it's coming, at a time, at the wrong time, so to speak.
Thank you very much, Demola. Demola went to a point there that I've mulled over myself, that, look, all sorts of things are being You know, let's just use the expression, we got to tighten our belts and all of that. We've heard it from the vice president, we've heard it from the president, we've heard it from the minister of information. Nigeria is broke. You know, there's all that money is not there. But it doesn't look it when you look at
and that is what
that class.
That is what the citizens
to
are
the rest
saying.
of us, Nigeria is broke. I don't know that the president's motorcade, you know, has halved. I don't know that the president has said, look, in view of the circumstances, no more than a Peugeot or something manufactured in Nigeria. I'm going to be leading by example here. We don't see those things, and
I think that when a government gets to a point where it lost an idea, except you have not been there, I've been there in my life at different points where I just come to a point in my life, I'm like, I've lost control. I don't know what else to do. Then you just stand there, you're praying and all that, and after a while you pass away. I think that's the point where this government that I am a part of, you know, has gotten to. I'm a part of it because I've been an admirer of our president for many years.
We are all a part of it, whether Nigeria.
Yeah,
we are all of us.
I'm speaking,
whether you voted for it or not,
actually,
we are all a part of this administration.
I actually voted.
I understand.
And I am constantly being abused and attacked
Okay.
by my own people
Okay.
in the Ikeja area where I live, my Oriental brothers. Every time they see me, they don't call me by my name.
Yeah,
they
yeah.
they actually call me Buhari.
A lot of people.
But
you know.
but I think that, forgive me, this is me. I have always equated the way homes are run with the way nations are run until you prove me wrong. When I have lost control, my children, they suffer, my household, they suffer. The pressure I have been under, you don't want to know it. On my way out, I'm going to stop at the gas station where I bought fuel this morning to find out what happened. I actually confirmed, because I just gave them money.
No,
and I'm sat inside the car, and so he had this money, so he knows how much he was going to put in there. That's what obviously he did. But the pressure, you don't know it, of living in this place. Look, I bought bread on Saturday. There's no guarantee that if I go back there on Saturday to go and buy another 2 loaves of bread, that I'm going to buy them for the same price that I bought last Saturday. That is what has happened to everything in the marketplace. If I share what happened to me a month ago, I was in my house, I got my electricity bill. By text, you know how much? 51,000 naira. So I don't know what they are doing by doing this thing to us. And I think that, and I hope they have not lost control.
Well,
because the pressure that they are putting on us, whether it's on fuel, whether it's on gari, whether it's on bread, whether it's on yam, is just going out of control. Is it mass murder that they want to instigate or what? I don't understand it.
Yeah, but
so I used to hear this, what's it called? Market forces for many years. And I used to think that it was tied to the foreign exchange based on what was imported. And based on that. But I heard the NNPC people saying, look, we have enough fuel in our storage space that will last us and all that. I agree, the fuel queues have since disappeared. But again, you know that it's only in this country that you have something, price of items go up. And they never come down, irrespective of competition.
Yeah.
Well,
irrespective of competition. So
yeah,
what has happened to the competition?
I reminded us of the time when the price of fuel went down.
Yes.
Not that they liked it; they were as reluctant as heck to reflect it.
Yes.
But I hear what you're saying,
yes,
because it was an exception rather than the rule.
Yes.
But that
so
not
is
to
it
say
that they have lost control over these things?
Well, we're talking about market forces.
And so what are the market forces?
That's my suggestion. Talking about market forces.
What are the market forces? Because I used to know what the market forces were, that when you buy something, you sell and make a little profit. So what are the market forces? Because I've lost drift of what market forces are now.
Okay, even if we don't know what exactly market forces are, not being economists, let me just remind us that people like the Nigerian Association of Chambers of Commerce, Industry, Mines, Agriculture, and all of those people, Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, they're all saying that things are going to get even worse.
The news has been tightened.
The news has been tightened as a result of all of this. Inflation is going to get worse,
There will be loss of jobs. There will be loss of jobs because the way it is now, and that's why I'm saying, I do not understand. Maybe because one is not so literate economically, so to speak. But then, you and I know that this thing will have ricochet effect on the economy, both the micro and the macro. it will have, because there is no one, especially given the power situation in this country, because we know that everybody, even whether you have a car or you don't have a car,
you are impacted.
You are impacted. You use fuel. You must use fuel. Even even the woman grinding pepper.
Everybody.
Uses fuel to power that machine.
Everybody.
When there is no
artisanal people.
It will now have that ricochet effect on almost every aspect of the economy, and that is why I am saying, what do they mean by these market forces? I have not
Well, because agitators, one of the papers is saying this morning, that agitators are asking for 120 naira a litre, never mind 170 naira. So it shows you how bad it is. But let's go on a break. We'll be right back, and then we'll include your calls as well. Stay with us, please. Okay, then, welcome back. And so we're looking at the increase in the price of fuel. Not too many people are able to understand it. There might be economic reasons for it, but the way people look at it is that we already tightened our belt, used up all the notches. So what more is left? So people are now beginning to use, unions are beginning to use words like, insensitive. How can this be? How has this been allowed? It really is it really is one of those problems that people, not everybody understands. But we have it for now. Market forces would mean you're not going to interfere.
I think that no government, including our president and his ministers, are so wicked to want to visit hardship on us. But what we are dealing with is real.
Yeah,
very real. So
it must be that there's no escape.
My counsel to myself and to the rest of us who are ordinary Nigerians is that government is a difficult business. We need to all agree and find a solution to this economic problem that we've been faced with for many decades now. Government doesn't have any solution. And I don't see any government that is going to come and find a solution to what we're dealing with.
So we have to do it ourselves.
Like you rightly said, all the major associations have said that difficult times lie ahead.
Yeah.
That is even more reality. So the question is, am I looking up to any government to come after this one?
Okay, Reverend Dominic.
Find the solution to this problem.
I'm sorry, Reverend Dominic has come on the line. Good morning, Reverend Dominic.
Good morning, Yori. Good morning, my brother Chiefs.
Yeah.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, the
Reverend.
Yeah, Mr. Adigo.
Good morning.
Yori, let me follow the line of thought of Chiefs. I've said it several times on this particular platform. The day Jonathan lost election, if not I'm a man of faith, I will not be with my wife today. My wife did not give me food that day.
You said so.
I'm a very strong, supporter of Goodluck Jonathan. And I'm a supporter of APC and Buhari. So my wife did not give me food. Thank God I'm a child of God. We still live together. But that is our own passion. So I want to show you the extent I support this government. Majorly, what breaks my mind is this. When we're campaigning in all the promises, one thing I think that could have happened that we must fix our refinery. It breaks my mind today that after 6 years of this government, none of the refinery is working. Are we preparing underground? I want to say this boldly, and that is something of what I want to say. Are we preparing for plan for after identifying monopoly, we enter into private monopoly of maybe Dangote and their company? Is what I'm trying to do now. Now, our refinery cannot work, but other refineries are built and they're about to work. What kind of system is this? What is market forces? I'm an illiterate. What is market forces? The worst is yet to come. If today the oil in international market is for 3 naira and we're buying to 170, what if tomorrow it becomes 50? And we're praying for this oil to be costing international market so we can make more money in Nigeria. So it means our prayer answer will be our doom. That when the oil becomes 50, 70, we'll not buy 300, 400. That's what it's going. There's not like market forces theory. If we want to build a nation, we can build a refinery. If we build a refinery, let's give you that the money we're talking about circulates in Nigeria. If we buy for 300 naira a litre and we have a refinery, the money is in naira. Nigerians make money, we create employment. So it goes round. How do we buy this food costly? And we create employment in China, in Dubai, in Chad, and Nigeria refinery is not working. I support this government, but they're missing it as Jews are saying. Please, they should come back to the track. People are suffering. I need politics. You say, I need politics. I need rights. I need things here. It's as bad as that. And if I need it, you can know what the stands for is.
Yeah.
I support this government. But let us not disappoint them, because people are calling me Buhari outside. Change. My wife is saying it's loud and they call me change. My wife is here. But what they call me change. Change. You know, it's a family thing. But thank God for the change. But this change is giving us a headache. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So the point, the point that I was
because we
making
interrupted
is
you.
very simple. I don't think that people who have in power are demons or wicked people who want sadness and hardship visited on their own citizens. So my stake and what I say to myself is that no successive governments, including this one, have not been able to find a solution to our economic problem, including building a refinery, including in stopping the wastages that is going on. Now, what is the major evidence that a country is going to prosper or is prospering? The first evidence to me is the amount of wastages that you find around. Any household where you go to and they are constantly throwing food away, any country that you go to and you see on their landscape abandoned projects, wastages, that country will continue to, be the way our country is. So we need to tell ourselves as citizens to find a solution to our problem. Because it's not going to come from, solution is not going to come from any government, including the one we are going to vote for in future.
But that precisely, that precisely is why we elect people into office.
We need to review it.
That's why, no, but Chidi in Kafanchan, good morning, sir. Did I get that right? Is it Chidi in Kafanchan?
Good morning, Uncle Yori.
Good morning, sir. Carry on, please.
Talking about the current price of premium motor spirits, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good morning, Dr. Chukwuemeka.
Good morning, sir. My name is Chukwuemeka.
So, my take over this very discussion this morning, I want to support the deregulation in one side. And the other, I want it to be put on the doorstep and the purview of the president himself, who doubles as the Minister of Petroleum Resources, to do whatever that is necessary to ensure that our refineries are working. I want to strongly believe, because I am a student, I strongly believe in the deregulation policy of the government. And without putting the refineries in order, the price of petroleum products will continue to soar higher. There is no gain saying the fact that we continue the importation of petroleum products and expect to sell it less than what is obtainable. But the only way we can do it and get it cheaper is by ensuring that the refineries we have across Nigeria is effectively working. Therefore, everything that needs to be done in order to put the refineries to work should be done meticulously and as quickly as possible. Thank you very much, and God bless you all.
Indeed. Thank you very much, Chidi, for calling in. Yeah, it's like we've known that was one of the problems here. Here we are, we're crude, country, crude producing country. We can't refine. Everybody is now looking towards the Dangote refinery.
See, and that is why maybe I will have to differ a little from Dr. Chuk's position.
I'm not a doctor. My name is Chuks.
Okay,
Chuks,
okay.
Take it now. Take it.
Okay. Chuks. So I want to differ from his position, and today, saying that solution cannot come from any government. The question will be, why have we put them there? The reason why we have put any government there is to give shape, form, and direction to the state of things in the land. And when a government says, I do not have solution to the problem of the land, the government is declaring itself clueless. And in one area where we expect government to provide us that needed direction is in this area of having our own refineries, getting them working. Government may not be able to provide solution to all problems in one fell swoop, but at least one at a time, solutions can be coming. Because if we want to resign to fate now to say that a solution will not come from them, we may be talking about a relapse to the Obesian state of nature, where life is short, nasty and brutish, and we don't want that. We don't pray for that.
Where are we at right now?
Let me quickly bring in Joshua. Good morning, Mr. Joshua in Irewolide.
Okay, Obiori, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
It's just happy that I'm able to get in this morning.
Oh, okay.
Good morning to your guests.
Indeed.
Morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Obiori, about 50, I'm going to 60. I think the biggest issue in Nigeria is that we lie to ourselves. Like, it has become a culture, lying and corruption. These are the two things that have become our culture. Electricity has been a problem in Nigeria, moving from the village to the city in Lagos. It is still up NEPA. Is it Buhari that is refusing to give us electricity, Nigerians? Is it Buhari? Is it Buhari? Our brothers and sisters are running the discos. Now, some people are talking about preferential power treatment. They want to get special power. Instead of fixing the system, we are creating more problems into that system. We are not honest with ourselves, Uncle Yori.
Do you think that plays into the fuel price increase that we are witnessing now?
You know, Uncle Yori, there's nothing like fuel price increase. Let us go back to the immediate past now, where we had subsidy. There's nothing like fuel price increase. If you talk about policy shift, and we are saying now, let's deregulate. It is the way to go. Let's deregulate so that one person will not carry 600 million without bringing anything into the country. But that deregulation would only work when the citizens of Nigeria support the government. Uncle Yori, that's where I'm going. We have a citizen-driven country, not a government where Buhari will come and run my home for me. Just like Mr. Chuk said. But you see, government doesn't run our homes. They don't run our families for us. We're in charge. So what is the issue with Nigeria? Ask ourselves. Even if you try to say the truth, Uncle Yori, they will ask you to shut up. They will shut you up. I'm 60 years old. Nigeria will not change until we change our character. We are lying to ourselves, Uncle Yori. We are lying to ourselves. It is all that will change the system, not Buhari that is a savior for who? Can he save himself? He was sick for 6 months. He was battling with his own life. Didn't Nigeria go on? This is not Buhari matter. Let's talk to ourselves as Nigerians and change the system. Thank you, Yori.
Thank you very much for calling in, Mr. Joshua. Well, he's taking it to a whole different plateau.
But I was saying to you that he had to speak to us.
He indeed did say so,
Yeah.
that just as you had said. But he's like a number of things that you might want to go into hard talk about that, look, can we look inwards for a while? Now, how much do you credit Mr. Joshua, for with that line about we need to look within? We need
to look within. But it is not only on the citizens' part alone that the inward looking must take place. The inward looking has to be holistic. Both the governors and the governed, must do that, holistic self-assessment. The question now is, why? One question. Just one question.
Sure.
Why are the refineries not working? Just that question.
Well, it's part of what he was saying.
Why are the refineries not working?
He was implying very, very heavily that we are not as honest as we could be about issues in our public life.
You have refineries, on your own soil, and you continue to import. And you are saying that citizens should bear the brunt of everything. So that is just the point. So we agree that we need to do that, self-assessment and all that. But then, it can't be one-sided.
We've heard it. We've heard these stories. Why are we in this situation with electricity, power generation? We've heard the neglect, the decades and decades and decades of neglect of the sector. going back to the military, and now we're trying to fix it and we can't catch up with it anymore. We've heard of all those kind of things. But as you were hearing, Joshua say, how sincere are we really being? And it's a close question. It's a close question. It's a deep question.
What I said to you was that there's no president,
because
especially the one that we have, that will be so wicked to want to visit this on you. Do you understand? So having said,
but they said in their campaign,
yes,
this president said in his campaign,
so they are not able to.
He was going to confront,
yes,
address,
but they are not able to,
not minding whose ox was God.
So I told you that this government, successive governments, made the same promises. In fact, when Obasanjo didn't, former President Obasanjo didn't do it, I just gave up. Jonathan couldn't handle it. This one has not been able to do so. So I turned and I said, look, it is us, the citizens, that must recognize that this government and even successive, the ones that are going to come in future, will not be able to do it. Why wouldn't they be able to do it? Two reasons. What you have in our system, and your man Joshua used that word repeatedly. When you come into any country, what you find is a system, existing system. Now, in our own peculiar situation, we have our own system that is broken, that I usually break into two platforms: the economic platform and the political platform. Now, if you look at the political platform, you might not be able to break it because maybe they are the ones who sponsor and donate towards these political elections, and they must get something in return, and they are the ones who are holding us to ransom. I don't know. The other platform is the political platform. And the guys on these two platforms are the ones who control our system. The only other one you can talk about is maybe the public service and the civil service. I don't regard them as platforms. But these major two platforms are the ones that when the politicians come, they say, oh, we'll confront them. They have not been able to confront them. So you need to turn to the population, our people and say, this government can't help us. Because see, you cannot take money for an election. You want to buy a nomination for 40-something million naira. And you're a farmer or you're an animal rearer and you're able to raise that money. Where are you raising it from? If the man gives you the money, you're going to confront him. That's the negative side of corruption. So we need to look at ourselves, like Joshua said, and tell ourselves the truth. If we want light, if we want fear to come down, we must provide leadership from the back by insisting that these platforms give up on this country.
But that one you slipped in there. Let me just say that is not necessarily corruption. When a man's friends come out to sponsor.
I didn't talk about friends. I'm talking about the people from the political platform donating money to you. You know what economic platform is? Those who are controlling the system, the economic system. Okay. Those who are controlling the political system. Most of them, they interact. You can move from one platform to the other.
The important thing being that there's likely to have to be payback.
Exactly.
And payback might be in all sorts of forms.
Exactly.
Well, I don't know.
If I sell fuel from my economic platform, I make profit, and election is coming and I give you millions of naira and all that, you come and hold me to account.
Still talking about Joshua's submission.
Ike in Port Harcourt. Good morning, sir. Ike in Port Harcourt. Ike in Port Harcourt. Well, please continue.
Okay, still talking about.
Can you hear me?
Oh, okay, still talking.
He's back.
He's still on.
Ike, good morning. We can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yes. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Go right ahead, please, quickly.
Yes, I want to thank you and the two guests today. You are hitting it on the head. The point is that we keep on repeating a phrase: market forces. There is no market forces anymore. What we have is a monopoly. Because the market is not large enough to accommodate buyers and sellers. Full stop. Only few people are importing. Therefore, they have made the entire thing to become a monopoly. Therefore, the demand and supply can no longer function in that respect. So they are not getting it. Now, the way forward is to establish more refineries and refine crude so that there will be more sellers and more buyers. That's the reason you will have market forces apply. And then prices will come down. But none of those things is happening. Therefore, we will continue to have this problem. Don't blame it on any government. It's an economic problem that can be only addressed by economic solutions. It cannot be addressed by political solutions. A president being a minister of petroleum, what would he offer us? Does he know the intricacies of petroleum economics?
All right.
Look,
I get you. Thank you very much.
we need to bring people in so that we don't have this problem occurring. Don't blame anybody now. Let's do the right thing. Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling in, Ike. It's interesting he brings up that point because that as far as he's concerned, it's a monopoly. Forget market forces. Who is importing this subject? It's become a monopoly. The Guardian this morning even has one of the bullet points here. NMPC takes over pricing, confusion in triple PRA, which is, there was a time we were saying that we don't even have a need of triple PRA anymore, PPPRA. We don't have a need of them anymore. But now those ones are in confusion because allegedly NMPC, which is government, is taking over pricing.
You see, we will still talk about the role that government has to play in this whole thing. People,
beyond make our refineries work,
yeah,
which is the primary one.
That is the primary one because see, aside from that, even aside from making the existing refineries work, people have talked about now we have gigantic structures as refineries. We have 6 of them. We can go into modular refineries. That we have smaller ones.
Government has all those.
So
the brain boxes in government, all the experts. So they must also be aware of all of these.
And government doesn't even have to spend money, to get this done. Just provide the enabling environment, the framework, for this to work. You have modular refineries in different parts of the country.
Okay.
And then,
before I come to you, Chips, let me take Jimmy. Let me take Jimmy from Shomolu. I'll come straight to you. Good morning, Mr. Jimmy in Shomolu.
Morning, sir. Mr. Ayori.
Good morning, sir. Go ahead, please.
Look, the problem of this country is enormous. Look, you can imagine people that are working at NFPC. Ordinary class is having a lot of money. They are making contribution. Hello?
Hello, we can hear you. Continue, please.
well, yes.
So with this now, until all of us change, it affects everybody change. Because all this is happening. The people that are not helping you. They are the people showing way to the politicians to punish us. So it is those people that are working. Imagine somebody that is going to spend 4 years. There's somebody that has been in the ministry for 30 years. They are the people showing way to these politicians. So if this corruption, people should like a lesson. So
I want to thank you very much for calling in, Jimmy. In fact, one of the things we had on our list this morning is the federal government briefing on End SARS. Media briefing on NSAS. And the Minister of Information, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, has actually commenced that briefing in Abuja. So we're going to go over to Abuja. We're going to have to wrap up the program now. Gentlemen, I thank you very much.